Welcome.
How you guys doing? Hey, we got a special one for you guys today. Found footage.
First, we did found footage first.
Okay,
Okay,
awesome. Yes, you told me to bring this up.
Well, we had the beer. I didn't know if you were...
No, we have beer for both of them.
Okay, awesome. Let's show it off then.
Well, we have to use these because they're supposed to be used in 2 weeks.
I guess. Darn.
Okay, yeah, exactly. This one, we both ordered these Living Social things. Did
Yeah,
you get it for
$15,
Yeah, 15,
yeah.
okay. Because it said 20 and they went down to 15. Like, even better. I'm definitely getting you now. And it came with 4 growlers from this place
32
called
ounce growlers.
Hopsy.com.
Yeah, actually,
Hopsy.com.
you say I'll bring up the little thing. We can show them off. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, and so it came off in this like super cooler pack.
So like Hopsy.com, baby. Right there.
Yeah, we're all for Hopsies. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And 4 32-ounce growlers. This one is from Barrier Brewing Company in Oceanside, New York, so Long Island.
Yeah,
Long Island beer we never would have had.
A lot of local beers.
It's
Yeah.
kind of cool. A Green Room Pale Ale. It's called.
It smells great.
5.6.
Let it breathe for a little bit too, and you could like. I feel like this is gonna be a lot
Definitely
better. Just let it
It's
sit
got
a
some
little
floral stuff going on.
bit. That's good. That's a nice kick in the hops too.
Very happy. It's good though. It's very good. How you doing? Well, we will do how you doing because we're doing found footage, so let's do that.
So the movie we're talking about, guys, Thor: Ragnarok.
Thor: A Dark World.
This is probably the best cyberpunk movie of the year.
I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3: The Revengers. That's what I'm calling it.
Revengers.
Okay, so if you guys hadn't already seen, well, we're obviously, if you haven't seen one of these, we're going to do a non-spoiler part first. Give our
Our
rating.
heads. We'll post it in the comment, or not comments, but in the description. We'll also post it wherever we post it. Where there'll be a spoiler section afterwards. So let's get right into it, Matt, because let's just do this. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do this. Okay, so do you want to give a little synopsis of the movie quick, or?
Yeah. So basically, this is the third in the Thor trilogy. It doesn't really follow directly Thor, like the other Thor movies, at all.
Definitely doesn't follow the spirit of
It almost feels, it feels like its own standalone almost.
Yeah.
The director who has up currently, his name is
Taika
Waititi. Definitely took a very hard directional take on here.
IMDb wanted me to see Jeff Goldblum.
Of course he did, because he was great.
Taika Waititi.
Definitely took like a hard left with this one. Went a lot more towards the Thor movies. If you've seen the other Thor movies, they're very.
The first one was good. The second one was underwhelming.
Yeah, well, and they packed a lot of mythos in there, dark elves and stuff.
It was like a DC movie.
The guys with weird names, and you're like, what is going on here? This one was very light on that, and usually like kind of made light of those kind of fun things. A lot more simple names, the Grand Master, the Valkyrie, things that are easy to remember and easy to kind of iconology.
And also much lighter in spirit in some ways. We'll get into that. Because there's a big dichotomy between the main storyline and the B storyline, which ended up being more of the main storyline.
Yeah. Oh, by far.
And so
almost to the point of being like 2 movies.
It almost took you out of it in some places because you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel here. Yeah. But we'll talk about that. So keep going with the...
So Thor basically finds out that he's not who he thinks he is, and his dad's not who he thinks he is almost, and then gets basically banished from. I'm not sure this without spoilers, but he gets banished from Asgard and captured and basically made to fight in like gladiator style in this arena. So he's supposed to out of the arena, get back to Asgard, save it. We won't tell you how that happens or when it happens until the spoilers. But it stars Chris Hemsworth obviously back as Thor, the Odin's son. Anthony Hopkins reprises Odin. Loki is back. Tom Hiddleston, who I think he's always delightful.
This might have been the most
always refreshingly delightful,
nuanced performance he's had of his character, where he definitely had like really cool vulnerable spots,
and some good brother stuff,
but still good. Like he's still a douche,
Yeah, fully.
He's still a thunder douche. There's the God of Thunder and the douche of thunder, and he's the thunder douche.
He's the god of mischief.
He's the thunder.
But
douche.
then of course we have the newcomer to this, who's the technically the villain, I guess, who is Hela, and is played by Kate
100% the villain.
Kate Blanchett, kind of like she's not really villain. She's the villain.
She's
for part of it.
Overpowered until
for some reason she's not. Don't talk about her stuff. Idris Elba returns as Heimdall. The word is 3 there for a second, and all
Tessa Thompson's the Valkyrie. She's one of the
Yes, and she is great, I thought, too.
Oh, and Carl Urban as Scourge was... I liked it a lot.
Mark Ruffalo also back
Mark
as the
Ruffalo.
Incredible Hulk. So a lot of a fun ensemble cast for this.
Lots of fun little cameos. Watching...
It was a very different feel from the others because there was a lot less fantasy and a lot more cyberpunk, I felt.
Well, it wasn't just cyberpunk.
Trashy future,
I think
bright lights.
They didn't wallow in anything. Like, it was very...
You had no time to settle with it.
It was very Guardians of the Galaxy-like to me, which... I like that. I love the formula, but it didn't feel like a Thor movie because of that. You know, it felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like, the space shots, the spaceships.
I was thinking it left you feeling a little Thor afterwards?
I was not Thor. I was feeling pretty good with the 80s rock music and, like all the 1-2 punches of ships and stuff blowing up.
Although I probably would have fucking screamed if I would have heard "Come from the Land of the Ice and Snow" one more time. I'd be like, fucking stop. We get it. Thor, yeah, he's comes from the ice. He comes running under the ice. Yeah, we get it.
Okay, we get it.
Cool. No, I get it. Stop.
I'm guessing Disney owns all these songs or something. I don't know. Stop.
Like, guys, let's do another spot where they come from the ice. No, we get it.
Stop. Jeez.
No, we get it. There's no original music. It's
okay, so let's talk about the graphics.
The computer graphics.
Yeah, the computer graphics, the 8-bit,
the CGI,
the CGI. Just talk about the
full motion video,
the visuals. That's what I'm.
Yes, definitely. I thought the aliens looked great. There were some awesome looking aliens that also had like roots in the comic book, which is really fun and weird, including Korg, who's in the comic book. I thought. I really liked how they changed Chris Hemsworth's Thor, and I guess that was partly his idea, where he's like, you have to change him up a little bit. You have to, get rid of the hammer. You have to do it, which is in the trailer.
I'm tired of the long hair.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just tired of growing it out, and my son keeps growing it out, and I want him to cut it too.
And Girth's growing his hair out just like me. Oh, Luke definitely was, but yeah, the actor, when they were doing the scene, the cameos in that were.
We'll talk about that again because that definitely needs to be mentioned.
Yeah,
I mentioned it to Jamie too.
It's great.
I really enjoyed. I enjoyed a lot of the visuals. I enjoyed the fights were fun, although some were a little one-dimensional. We'll say
the Hulk Thor fight was fun.
Was fantastic. I thought. Yeah. I thought it was one of the best Marvel one-on-one fights I've seen.
Sure. No, I agree.
It
had a lot of meaning to it, and it had a lot afterwards. It kind of drove the plot a little bit, at least that secondary story, which became the main story.
Hulk raging fire, Thor smoldering fire.
Hulk like fire, Thor like water.
No, I don't think that.
I think we're both like fire. Yes, but Hulk like raging fire.
I think this is the best comedic take on the Hulk I've ever seen.
Now this is a spoiler, but 1 to 10. No, 1 to 10 for Hulk's butt. Huh? How was that?
I mean, CG wise, well, why not? I'm surprised they didn't go the full dong, but I guess it's Disney, so they can't.
Yeah,
it was implied dong.
That it was
definitely implied dong.
I wish there was a Banky not Banky from Mallrats. What's his face from Mallrats there? Not Fred. Not Banky. Jason Lee's character. So you talk about the dorks though.
Superhero Johnsons.
Okay. So how about the cameos? There's a couple little fun cameos that not only
some by actors and some by characters.
Characters. There's one which I won't get into. I don't think it was in the. Well, actually, no.
Well, let's talk about the cameos and the spoilers because some of that.
All right. So how did you feel about them in general then?
I think they're fun. They're well placed. You could definitely tell from that get go from that one of those first cameos. You could tell this is going to be this kind of movie. And that was good because it was setting the tone like that, made it not as jarring when things were like wacky, and you're like, why is something wacky?
Yeah, when they brought in the wacky inflatable tube arm guy as the
or just when Thor was going, oh, I'm scared, and you're like, why is Thor scared of things? That's not a thing he's ever had.
We're definitely gonna talk about the emotional quotient of Thor that was askew hard, but okay, yeah, definitely. But there was a lot of fun character actors or more famous actors that were playing characters in the movie it was kind of fun to see.
Definitely. Certainly.
But and what else do we? How else do we want to say this? Let's frame just the actors. Obviously, we thought Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is in his medium doing funny characters.
Definitely, and like this, I think if anything, this movie proved is that he is a great comedic actor.
Yeah, I agree. I loved him in the Ghostbusters. I thought he was the best part of the female Ghostbusters reboot.
Sexist.
I thought he was, and like he was just always.
I'd say
he was
Holtzman.
on. It's funny,
But I'd say he's a close second.
he was on as funny to me the whole time. Like Holtzman wasn't always funny to me. He was always funny, and I loved her character, but he was always funny, and he was funny in this. Like every funny moment he had was just really like funny.
Yes, I know him. He's a friend from work.
Also, Tom Hiddleston, like in that scene in particular, he had a really.
You can tell those
funny
guys have
moments.
like played off each other so well for years, and that it's cemented. Like this is the pinnacle, I think, of their at least actor friendship. Like they played brothers, I thought perfectly.
How about the
Being brothers, we know this, so don't even try and go against us.
How about the Jeff Goldblum Grandmaster?
Jeff Goldblum was great. He was awesome.
delightful. He was delightful.
And as always, he just played Jeff Goldblum in a costume. Yeah, I'm a Grandmaster.
But like they did a lot of good bits with him, including the last bit.
Yeah.
Which was
we'll talk about this one.
was great. Valkyrie, new character. I thought she was a lot of
Tessa
fun.
Thompson was great. She was a very strong character. She stood up to Thor and like
I like that.
stood in his.
I didn't know where that character was coming from at first,
and like better boots than him. And I was like, what are they gonna do with her? Because like those of us who read the comic know that she's basically like in the comic she's like girl Thor.
Yeah.
Until they have female Thor, but
yeah.
But like for a long time she's like, I'm girl Thor and have the same power set as him and have a magical sword instead of a magical hammer. And it's like okay. And they name dropped the sword, which was cool. I thought that was awesome, Dragon Fang. So I was very pleasantly surprised what they did with that. I also loved the cameo this is other media out there, so it's not really a spoiler, but he's in some of the trailers too. Doctor Strange. I thought
that's what I was going to mention. No, like that scene really set the tone for the movie for me, and it was funny. It was just funny.
It's great. And also I missed Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor
Well,
Strange.
and also it shows
right there,
it shows that magic beats strength a lot of times. Like, because I'm magical.
Whatever. I just do this, and you'll go away now. Fine. I'm not doing
that
this.
one part.
Yeah, what was that one? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yes. I was like, yes.
Okay, let's give our ratings because we got a lot of stuff to talk about that's very spoiler, and I don't want to spoil anything for people that want to see the movie still. What would you give this movie as a rating, Matt? Actually, give one big strength, one big weakness, and then give your rating.
I think the big weakness was the dichotomy of the two plots because it just made it really tough. And there was and even though I loved comedic Thor Hemsworth, which I didn't think I would, because we've talked about Aquabro, and this basically was like.
When I saw this, I was like, what's Matt going to think about
it? It was really tough.
Because you're like, man, I don't like when they do this in Aquaman.
I don't. And it was really tough for me to reconcile because Chris Hemsworth, I think, is a better actor, especially with comedy, than Jason Momoa is.
I get
comedy.
I get that with you, especially
with comedy. And so it took me out of the movie a little bit, but I still was enough that I enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a must-see. I wouldn't give it a high must-see. I wouldn't give it a badass movie. There was definitely some problems with this movie, which we will talk about. But I thought the visuals were great. Like I said, I love the way Guardians of the Galaxy is shot and done, and it basically was a copy off of that. So, I mean, I almost want to make it lower just because it felt like a copy of that. Like they just copy and pasted a lot of stuff from the movie. But I had a lot of fun with it. At the end, that was like I would watch this again in the theater. It was good.
Cool. So I thought I want to agree with you. You kind of said the dichotomy of the plot. I think the dichotomy of the comedy itself for me was the plus and the minus. Mm-hmm. The fact that some things you're like that worked and it was fun, and some things you're like, but then you're like, this movie needs to keep moving though. And instead they're like, let's talk about this funny thing we did.
More spots.
Let's see some more spots.
Yeah,
hey, here's another joke.
Yeah, it's like a Seinfeld episode.
Yucca. and anything that the director voiced Korg, and basically any scene he was in, he was just like yucca, and you're like, okay.
They were trying to make him like a weird Deadpool, like a nice Deadpool or something.
Yeah, and I loved all this stuff outside. If it was outside the movie, I would have loved it more.
I just thought that I would watch a movie with Korg to see what happened.
In some of the scenes, it was just a little off-putting though, where he was just like
he would be
there's
great.
like a serious scene where like someone's about to die, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm going to help you up." And you're like, "What?"
He would be great in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, I think he would.
Certainly,
he'd be great.
Certainly, yeah.
Just for the tone of like how he fit.
And how he was like so chill and casual as this gladiator. He was like, "Yeah, I just do that."
I think him and I would love to see him and Drax play or him and Rocket play. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
But this movie, it was weird and sometimes off-putting. And there's one big scene where it
I will definitely.
It almost lowered my rating because of it.
I will, yeah, and I actually went between must see and like it for this one because I really liked the movie a lot.
I like it. I like it definitely.
And like getting out of the theater, I was like, that was really good. But then it was one of those.
It
more I thought
about it. Wrote on it. Yeah, sure.
I was like, but why was it like that? You know, and so I will definitely give it a like it. It's a low like it for, or not, I'm sorry, not like it. A must see, but it's a low must see for me. Okay. Like I was almost thinking like it, but I really enjoyed the movie, and I definitely think it's worth seeing, especially in 3D. The 3D was, I thought,
I saw it in 2D, and I thought it was great in 2D.
It lent to it very well, I thought. Yeah. Especially like the crazy, like the Hulk fight scene was crazy in 3D.
I'm sure that was pretty nuts. Especially he's getting thrown and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like
getting nuts.
All right, spoilers.
Yeah, so let's talk some spoilers.
1608.
1608. Good. A little longer than I thought I was going to go, but let's.
That's okay. It's usually about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So, let's get into the minutia of this movie. Okay, so there's two big plots that were in this movie and didn't really they didn't even matter to come together. Really. They were like almost completely opposite of each other. One was like
basically the one plot was just to get people for the other plot.
Yeah,
like that's all it was for.
It wasn't even to get people per se. He just had to get back.
Yeah, but
he just happened to get people.
But he had to get.
He just happened to get people.
But like those people helped
really,
him
it was just him to get back. Like it was just
we found a big ship that can hold everyone on Asgard.
Thor's like, I just got to get back, and then these guys are like, "What cover 2?" He's like, "Okay, cool." Like,
it's like, well, you can beat him up, and you can beat them up, and you can beat them up.
This works, I guess.
And we have this big ship to hold everyone from Asgard. Cool.
Okay. But the first main plot was Ragnarok, which is in Viking Norse legend. Ragnarok is the end of the world. It's the Revelations.
The World Eater Snake.
Yeah, it's the
Seth.
What happens
in
in
the underworld? Searcher actually is the
Searcher. Voiced by Clancy Brown, who you've seen it.
Yes, Clancy Brown. Yeah.
That guy. Is he the Kurgan? I think he's the Kurgan, right? Am I right?
Maybe.
And I think he is.
Highlander.
In Highlander.
He's a really weird.
Dan Buckley.
The really weird-looking character actor that usually dies at the beginning of something.
You've seen him in stuff.
You've seen him die most likely, or be in bed.
So basically, you come back. We come back into this world, and we find out that Thor's been looking for Infinity Stones, and he hasn't found anything.
And like that. That was like, well, okay. Because that was not like something that like they left off. I'm like, I'm gonna go look for Infinity Stones.
We still don't know where the Soul Gem is, by the way. We still don't know.
Do we?
No, we don't.
Watch our video. We're gonna put it right here.
We don't know. I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's
No.
running Wakanda right now. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. Because that's the only movie we got until Infinity Wars. Unless like he's like, I already got that one, bitch. And like, oh okay, all right.
I already have one. I do like the scene where they're and if you notice, because it was a big point of contention that the Infinity Gauntlet being in Asgard's vault. But if you noticed, that one was a right-handed glove, which everyone knows that the Infinity Gauntlet is famously left-handed.
So he said it's fake.
So a lot of people were mad about it originally, but then yes, Hela was like, confirmed this is fake, and I was like, okay, I like that part. I was like, okay, cool.
It's like fake news.
Yeah, just knocked it over, and I was like, cool.
Okay, so the main plot was Ragnarok, which basically is the ending of Asgard, and destruction of the seven realms.
In the comics, it's, just seven. A couple of them say it sometimes.
Two of them were.
Ragnarok's okay.
Okay.
We're the worm people. Worm bodies. But usually when the realms get destroyed in the comics, they are reborn. And that's usually a good way to reboot Thor's.
It's like playing a video game.
Yeah, it's a good way to reboot Thor's lore, really, because like if Thor gets long and tooth, lose an eye, gets a beard or something, it's like, oh, it's Ragnarok happened. Now he's young again.
And it starts off with Thor tied up in whatever their hell is called. I should know, but I don't. And Surtur is like, yeah, I'm gonna go up in your place. I'm gonna be as big as a mountain and run my sword through your place and blow everything up. And he's like, yeah, okay. He's like, all I have to do is get this helmet in there. Yeah. He's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Somebody beats the crap out of him and takes his head.
Takes his little crown.
Takes his crown head.
Takes his lid.
And so you're
Which
like,
that was a cool scene too, especially when he had it on his back and like the cool crown thing on his back. It's like that's neat. That's cool.
I like that. I like the framing, the visuals.
And also it showed Thor as like a smart, kind of calculating dude, which he is in the comics sometimes, especially in his own comic.
He's like Hercules. He's not just a big doof. He can be, but he really has like a smartness to him, and he can, like 5 steps ahead type thing.
A warrior sense sometimes
warrior
too,
sense.
you know. And that was a cool way to show it. And there's also a good way to introduce the comedic elements. You know, he's hanging from this string, and he's like, "Wait, hold on, I gotta come back around." Okay, keep going.
Yeah. But that's also where it introduced. Okay, this is gonna be a little slapsticky because it was like this is very something they do to Peter Quill.
Well, and also because they did it more than once.
This is very Star-Lord-ish.
They thought it worked the first time. They're doing it again. Okay,
this is Star-Lord-ish, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. You know, it was funny. It was still funny a little bit, but I'm like,
I wonder if Peter Gunn was like, can I get residual from that?
Excuse me.
One word.
So then he gets back to he brings the thing back. The skull with the crown on it. He brings it back and finds that Odin is just goofing around. They're making some play, which included.
Which, by the way, was that fool you at all? Or were you just like, that's
no,
Loki?
I 100% it was Loki. 100%.
Like 1 second into it, I was like,
well, he's like just lying back and he's like, that's not the Odin we know in the movies. And so we had actor Thor, who's played by Luke Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth's brother, also from Westworld. Do you remember who actor Loki was?
I'm fucking Matt Damon.
Not credited in this one. He's not credited in the cast.
Like, yay! I just said, yay!
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Like Jess and I were looking at each other like, yeah. They did it right. And then Sam Neill was playing Odin.
Yeah, Sam Neill. That was great. That was good too.
I was like, all right.
I was like, someone like. Probably, so here's what's gonna happen. Do you want to do this? Like, yeah, let's do this.
And so Thor's like, nah, stop doing that. And there's a lot of good hammer spots too, which showed how Mjolnir works in the beginning.
But also like hammy hammer spots.
Yeah, but like when he's
flying through all the thing.
But like when he drops it, the dragon's mouth and holds the dragon there, the dragon can't get up. I was like, that's a good spot.
And that's how you should be using the hammer.
All right, I'm gonna sit there. And that was funny.
You're not worthy.
You can't pick that up. Okay.
You ain't worthy, son. Bite on that. Oh, you can't broke your teeth. It's made of a dying star.
Sorry, son. Also, it blowing up would have destroyed the Earth, probably. But yeah.
Well, also it being the inside of a dying star would have been weighed more than the Earth and changed its orbit. But sure, that too.
Okay. They didn't really think of the science back.
Hey, this is Stanley. It's okay.
They also have a metal that vibranium. Like no,
it vibrates, so it's called vibranium.
And it takes all energy and it gives nothing back. There's no you're breaking the laws of physics, dude. But
I don't know what physics are.
Spider-Man. And so then they go on to find Odin, and basically Odin's like, I'm dying, and you have a sister, and she's gonna wreck this place.
That was not fun, but like a very poignant little scene, and it was great because it's not something you've seen in a Thor movie. There wasn't a scene where you're like even when like they spoiler for the Dark World, where they're like killing Jane Foster off, kind of for that one scene, and you're like,
we confirmed she broke up with him.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Yeah, but yeah, it was just which is also like okay. Great. He's single and ready to mingle, guys. Okay.
That's why I was like, they're gonna get him and Valkyrie together. But okay, yeah. But that was very poignant. Yeah. I don't know. They had a good chemistry. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
they're waiting for one of the other movies.
Whatever. Very poignant. But then he like turns into bees or whatever he does when he dies.
He's bees down south in the south. They call them bees.
Whatever. He turned into like piece of paper mache.
He's Tusador.
He turned into paper mache and he flew away. And like immediately she breaks out like, oh jeez,
Jesus, what the goddamn? Was she like inside his
balls?
Like, where the fuck was she?
In a Jack in the Box, just popped over like, I'm here. Also, Hela, Kate Blanchett's character.
Yeah, and like the pacing of this movie though was like because of stuff like that it was just like what the fuck happened?
Okay, we're in this now. Let's just keep going. So I hope they know what they're
like so powerful that she can destroy his hammer.
Like. Okay, she
on the first try with one hand
wrecked them. Like she's better than Thanos. Like how could she lose?
Didn't make sense.
Like she wrecked them immediately.
Yeah, like not even like it wasn't even like they were close.
Yeah,
She also threw like 500 swords at her face, and I was like, "What is that power?"
It's like, is that a Hela power? Should somebody look that up?
Who did Odin have sex with to make her? Because she is fucking amazing.
I make awesome swords that murder everyone.
Yeah, like, oh, you have that one cool hammer? Yeah, I make awesome murder swords that kill people with
They
one
cut
hit.
through everything.
And kill with one hit, yeah.
Like, everything.
Then if you get to me, I just break your weapon, your magical weapon made of a dying star.
I'm like the thing you rely on. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
like-
It's like your crutch, dude.
No, Matt, because that's not true, because then he got the fucking glow. He's got the
Yeah,
glow!
but like
what
that
the
didn't
fuck
come,
is
that,
that?
that didn't come to later. That's
Oh,
it. That
boy.
could be the Odin Force.
It is the Odin Force, but still,
They
like,
didn't say it.
but it is the
They
Odin
didn't
Force.
introduce.
100%.
They didn't introduce.
That's
it.
why the old man. That's why the old man Thor did too with the Magnus Eye. But
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
well, and that was also on behest of Chris
That was
Hemsworth.
really
He wanted to
different.
lose the. He's
Well,
like, lose the hammer.
now when him and when what's his face get back, Nick Fury, they're gonna be like, hey, look, we've all done. Hey. Okay, so let's talk about the Warriors 3 getting owned like chumps. Well, at least two of them. Two of them immediately.
No, all three of them were pretty much.
Yeah, but at least he like had to put up a fight. Like the other two
He
were
put
like,
an entire army with
like
them. That's why he's
flashbacks
smart
eating a
one.
sandwich and he's
Yeah.
beer and something up dead. And then like
No, but Volstagg took like a couple
and
hits.
then like
and
Chuck was like dead.
like, round shock.
Yeah. Doom, doom, doom.
He's like Shazam!
He's like short skirt, long jacket. No. So and no Lady Sif. That was another thing I noticed.
Yeah, and they're just like she's not around.
She's got the day off.
Well, basically, what they were trying to say, and like, because people did ask about, like, oh yeah, Loki kicked her out too. When he kicked Thor out,
So she just
or when
lost
he
the
kicked
wind
Odin
somewhere?
out. Yeah, she's in a nursing home too somewhere, a different nursing home.
Like I also put her in a nursing home.
You know what, Matt? He probably put
She
her
was
in a duffel
moving.
bag on Earth with a bunch of tattoos on her arms.
Good call. We just tied it together. Blind spot.
Yes, this universes are connected.
Can somebody get this theory going? Can we get this theory going?
Oh, now okay. So this is
I'm okay with it. I'm all in.
So I know this is during this podcast, but I want to propose a podcast where we watch Blind Spot and review every episode. I'm serious about this. I'm dead serious.
And see how much they make no sense? Cause
I don't. That's fine with me. We can do whatever you want.
and then
I want to do this.
And they'll do the blacklist after that. Like
I found
that show is off the rails right now.
Like, oh, because it wasn't when it started.
No,
The
it wasn't.
Keystone Cops.
It wasn't. It was just
I only
like
speak
it
of
was like
Elizabeth Key,
teetering on the side of
even
the
though
road
she is incompetent.
and has no clue I am.
Like
And
100%
That's
incompetent.
just like her first day at the FBI.
And also is dumb. Like just 100% dumb.
Yeah, it's like I went and binge watched the rest of the season just to say I did, and wow, it got crazy. I was like, jeez, this went down some kind of weird rabbit hole. Okay, but let's get back to this.
Korg. Let's talk about Korg.
Okay, I was gonna say Humdial, but
Okay, let's talk about my boy Idris Elba.
okay,
My heart.
so his character wasn't really a big part of this.
No, he
though.
shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been.
Um,
There's enough characters.
I don't know why they even had him in it. Almost.
He was basically just there to save
did-
Asgardians.
Oh, I did like how he did the side thing. It's like basically he's like the guy who had to.
He's
push Thor
guarding
over
Asgardian
to make
asses.
sure he got back.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I mean that's all. Heimdall's not like he's not really a warrior per se. He's skilled in fighting, and he is an ass kicker, but he's not a guy that wants to fight. That's why he chose to stand there and do the fucking Rainbow Bridge. You know, it's not that he was
Also,
assigned there, chose
because
to
he
do that.
loves Mario Kart. That's what I heard.
He doesn't love Mario. I suck at it. I still love it.
Scourge. Carl
Urban. Carl Urban, like I think more and more, and just in roles, he just like give me that scenery 1 sec. Oh, okay. I'm gonna start to eat again. Like okay. Cool.
Yeah, his part was weird though. It was like,
Well, and the
I get where it was coming
the
from.
machine gun
And
part was
machine gun
from
is
the
from the
comics. Directed from the comics.
But that, if you didn't know that, that makes no goddamn sense.
Well, especially because he fires like 1,000 bullets from each of those guns.
Yeah.
And no one says that they're like.
They're not magical.
Magical, yeah. They're just fucking clips, and they're not even like really extending
They're
clips. Like,
regular
they're
American guns.
they're like a 25 shot clip. It's like gonna last for maybe 15 seconds, and then you're out of bullets.
I mean, even let's say there's 90 rounds in there. He shot more than 180 bullets. He did. So,
There's no bump stock on those guys.
I did like the execution part. 'Cause that was actually something that was pulled from the comic books.
But
too.
it was very ham-fisted.
But it was ham-fisted.
And yo, my executioner! Like, okay.
You want a job? Well, I like that. He's like, yeah, because I just don't want.
Yeah, I don't want to die. Yeah. Yep, whatever you said.
Whatever you need me to
You
do.
just murder those guys in like 1 hit, 2 hits. And like that was really 1 hit, but then you just put him out of his misery, so that was nice too, I guess.
He was eating. He was like still biting a sandwich when you killed him.
Oh, sandwich! Also, why are we here? Also, I guess we're out of contract now.
Yeah, we're just standing around doing nothing. Like, okay. That actually was just like, what the fuck? Why'd you put them in this movie?
Zach, can you come in for one day? We just want to do a scene.
You want to murder you?
Just want to immediately kill you.
And then, so, I mean, you can go do your DC thing now, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Korg now. Korg. Hey guys. I got a sheep. You want to get a sheep?
Give me sheep.
Hey. I loved him.
I loved Korg. Off the bat, I loved Korg.
Super
I
amazing.
loved him. I thought he was a great character. I didn't think he was a great character in this particular movie.
No. I thought there was a lot of funny parts with him.
I think you might have said earlier, but I would watch a Korg. I would watch a Korg
Yeah.
spinoff for like Korg and Guardians of the Galaxy or
Yeah.
something.
He belongs to the Guardians of the Galaxy. He was a Guardians of the Galaxy character.
Yeah.
Even with all the fourth wall crap, he definitely, yeah. But there's a lot of stuff like, okay, and this is probably my biggest dislike of the movie, I think.
Ooh.
And it took me a lot. I had to think about this, and I was like, okay, they're watching Ragnarok happen. This happens.
Yeah.
That's how they solve the problem.
Ragnarok does happen.
Thor, who's lived here thousands of years, watching his realm be destroyed forever. It can never come back. It's
That's not
destroyed.
true. It's not true.
No, it's destroyed forever. That's what we're supposed to think. It's Ragnarok. And then Korg's making a fucking joke about it. Okay, first of all, Thor, no reaction to it. Like, there's not even like a fucking tear coming out.
Well,
of
he's
his
the
face.
one he's the one who's like, let's do it.
Yeah, but still, you got to be like, oh, I just watched
The only way to beat her is to destroy everything.
Where I've lived most of my life, thousands of years, this place destroyed.
Also, like it's such like a Deus Ex Machina as well, where it's just like, oh, the guy that destroys everything, we'll just call him up and get him to destroy everything.
Well,
there we go.
they definitely walked it in the beginning.
Herbity.
They did it well though enough that they walked it in the beginning. Like, oh, I have to stick my skull in there, and then that happens.
Herbity. Yeah,
but at least they did it. They set it up. You know, it wasn't just like complete ex machina. It was like, oh, this was in the vault, and I actually thought,
But they might as well just be like, and then here is this thing.
because
Put it
of
here.
Hela's headgear, I thought for some reason she put on that thing because he said he had to put. That
I
on
originally
there.
thought that was going to happen.
Yeah,
But it was,
he said she got in the vault. She put it on there, and then she become the.
But nope.
But no, they didn't do that. So
Maybe
whatever.
she should have. I would put in the helmet.
If she would have won because she would have been the person doing it.
She would have been giant.
There would have been nobody to fight her. But okay, so then he's like there's like no reaction to his world being destroyed, and he's like a nomad on a spaceship now. And then fucking Korg's cracking jokes about it.
And then they just get caught by Thanos at the end.
Do they?
Yes, that's Thanos' ship.
Yeah, I know it's not a ship, but
Where are they going?
are they gonna be? Does that mean he's
No,
in
hyper's
prison
on that goddamn
again
thing.
in the next the beginning of Avengers? So like I don't know.
I'm like, Thanos is going to be like, okay, get out of here.
Well, maybe they got away or something, and then maybe that's how they won the Avengers. I don't know, but because it would
Or
be
the
weird.
Avengers.
It'd be weird if all the Asgardians were with Thanos, including Thor and Loki, because they were all on the ship.
What's funny, too, is most of those guys were on the Defenders as well. Valkyrie, Thor, and the Hulk were on the Defenders at one point.
At some point, yeah.
That's funny.
And the Revengers.
And the Revengers.
Because we all want revenge. I'm like, okay, I like that. Go with it. Roll with it.
Might as well. What do you think of the funny Hulk?
You know what? I like that they are giving the Hulk a little bit of depth, actually.
I also like that they
I think
made
it's important.
Bruce Banner different. I almost said David Banner. A lot different. He's been very milquetoast. And
Yeah,
everything has been in.
Well, they definitely had a dichotomy between him and Hulk, too. And he realizes he's been Hulk for 2 years, which is like...
When he's been trapped inside Hulk, watching him kill things and watching him masturbate or whatever he's doing.
Probably.
Big green dick, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he seemed to be hitting on chicks almost, and he and over the 2 years he almost seemed to have gotten a little smarter, almost he definitely was talking more and
Hulk, yeah, like Joe Fixit almost.
Yeah, he's almost
where he's
not quite,
snarky.
but that, yeah.
Certainly, and that makes sense too. He's learning, and because Hulk is learning himself and not using Bruce Banner's intelligence to learn.
I do like the way it was set up with his return in the arena, and
the one thing I didn't like about the Hulk though, when Bruce,
you didn't see his door.
Well, that's the
Big
two
door.
things. The two things didn't like it. He kept going, if I turn into the big guy, I'm never coming back. And he's like, okay, turn into the big guy, I'm fine. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh, he's never coming back.
No, it's a thing now.
Oh no,
It's
actually no. The best part about him, the Thor and the Hulk, was he kept trying to do the widow's lullaby thing.
Yeah. Sunsetting, big guy, sunsetting.
Why are you saying that to me? Stop doing that.
Sunsetting.
Sun's getting
The
real low.
sun's getting real low.
When he touches the hand, he picks it. It's like,
Okay.
yeah.
I want to think that Chris Hemsworth improvised that, but I'm pretty sure.
I think he knew what to do with the funny stuff.
He's pretty brilliant.
He just put himself in there a little too much.
But
he inserted himself in there a little too much. That's all. But it was. I mean, it was funny. It was a funny movie.
He's like, oh, James Gunn's gonna put his brother in there. Well, I'll just put my dick in the movie. I'm like, okay, cool, man. Great. Okay, you got anything else? Tessa Thompson.
I like how her character arced from like this drunken pirate.
She was great too. I don't think I've seen her in anything else, and she was awesome.
I forgot what I saw her in.
Great gravitas, especially for a newcomer to this kind of movie, So
we'll see what she's known for. What are you known for? She was in Creed. I didn't see her in that.
She played Adrian.
Oh, she was in She had a little spot in The Walking Dead. I remember that. I can't remember what else
she played. Someone who's now dead.
Someone who's now dead. But she was great. I can't find her. She was great. There's a lot of Jeff Goldblum's character. Fucking made me laugh. He was just making me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I didn't want you to give me the melt. You just tried to give me the melty stick. So you tried to give me the melty stick. I'm like talking to these people. And like the way he rallied people by just be like, let's have a party and flush them out. It was actually really kind of a cool bad guy.
Yeah, and Grandmaster, he was known as Celestial. So he's one of the oldest beings in the galaxy, and who
may or may not have been eaten at the end. We don't know.
Yeah, and also those guys are pretty powerful, and then he's just like, oh, but you guys are gonna beat me up.
Yeah, but he's completely not a fighter. That's what
they're still
that's what they're trying to show you.
He's a corner.
He'll probably still outsmart them somehow, because that's what his thing is. He's just really smart, and he's really good at entertaining, and so that's how he made his character. That's how he made his world.
And you couldn't have done this rebellion without me to rebel against.
If anyone was going to be able to talk his way out of the situation, it was the Grandmaster. Yeah. So that was very amusing. It obviously didn't show him die. So
I thought it would have been cool if they would have showed him get away with it, because I thought that was because his character. I thought his character was very underused.
The fourth Thor movie, he could be ruling that planet again or something.
There's no fourth Thor movie.
Could be.
He's gonna make a new Thor.
It's
gonna be Beta Ray Bill. It's gonna be Eric Masterson.
Beta Ray Bill was almost in this movie.
Thunderstrike.
Beta Ray Bill was almost in the movie. Fact. Almost.
Yeah, Matt, he is in the movie.
Almost. Almost really.
There's a bust of him though on the tower, on the Grandmaster's tower. His face.
That means he was part of the fight.
Yes, that means he's in the arena at one point. Because the Hulk is up there too.
Okay. Whatever.
Maybe he won his freedom, Matt.
Whatever. Do we got anything else to say about this?
There's no Eric Masterson.
Tom Hiddleston, Loki. Did we say enough about him, or we good?
I think we did. Yeah, I mean, his part wasn't huge. He's just I'm the brother character, and I'm gonna betray you. Okay,
we saw that coming though.
But he was still really good. He did a good job.
Yeah, he did a really good job,
especially with what they gave him. Yeah. And also, I've been falling for 30 minutes.
Also, when Hulk does that thing with Thor, he's like, "Now you know how it feels." I was like, and just the nervous, when he first sees him, and he's like, "Look!" And he's like, it just shrinks back into his chair. I was like, "Oh, all right, you're doing this for me. You're doing it."
Yeah, he did good. He did a very good night. Can't wait to see him in the Avengers 4 Infinity War.
He'll be a complete good guy on that one,
right?
Please don't.
Well, that's also why I think that Thor and him are gonna and the Hulk are all gonna get taken out of play for that movie. I think
maybe they'll come back for the fourth.
That's why I think they're getting captured, because otherwise it's just okay, Hulk can out punch Thanos if it's a punching match,
Yeah, but he's also got the mind control thing.
He does, but that's what I'm saying. They don't. Maybe
we're gonna talk about
maybe in
the regular podcast we're gonna talk about Thanos, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe they could be like his horsemen or something. You can use them all as warriors to kick butt, mind control their minds and whatnot. Who knows?
We'll see.
Okay, guys, we love you.
Stay classy.
Fin Fang Fum. Bye, everyone.